Halo Sobat Finansial, jumpa lagi dalam podcast media asuransi bersama saya, Ayi Ahmad Hidayah. Pada episode kali ini, kita akan membahas perihal digital transformation trend in the insurance industry. Seperti kita ketahui, digital transformation in the insurance industry is expected to increase its role for the next few years. You could say the digital market is the market of the future, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. The popularity of digital distribution channel in the insurance industry is increasing. Specifically, the impact of digitalization on the insurance industry plays a more important role in terms of operation and marketing. Meanwhile, from an operational point of view, digitalization is very beneficial because it makes business process and services to customer easier, especially to overcome the limitation of face-to-face interaction due to pandemic condition. Starting from digitizing the document, more flexibility claim process, convenience along with reduction of unit-linked marketing remotely, to automation for health check services via telemedicine or other part. However, not all insurance companies are ready for digital transformation. What are the obstacles and how to overcome them? See insurance media discussion with Gunjan Datta, VP of Sales for Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, and Taiwan EDB. We'll discuss further about digital transformation trend in the insurance industry. Okay, good morning, GD.
Good morning, Bagaia. Very excited to be here. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Very
thank
well.
you.
Okay. Thanks for your time to having me in podcast media asuransi. Maybe you can start with ADB. What is ADB? Can you share with us, GD?
Yeah, absolutely. I will be very happy to share about EDB. My name is Gunjan Datta. I manage the Southeast Asia business for Enterprise DB. Enterprise DB, we are an enterprise class software and services company. We enable organizations to harness the full power of Postgres, the world's leading open source database. With offices worldwide, we serve more than 1,500 customers, including leading financial services, government, media, and communications and information technology organizations, right? We are the torch bearers of Postgres. We have 700 plus employees across 30 countries. And we are the single largest contributor to the development of PostgreSQL as the most loved database technology company, right? So like I was saying, these customers include leading BFSIs, government, media and telecommunication, as well as IT organizations. We continue to invest heavily in developing our open source products at EDB. And we are committed to driving technology through innovation. So that's a little bit about EDB as a company.
Stunning. I want to talk more about digitalization. Yeah, in insurance industry, GD, what is the importance of digital transformation?
Well, okay, so there is there's a lot enveloped. I think in that single question, right? So let's talk about the global trends maybe we see, right? Traditionally, insurance companies have been a bit slower, right, because of their inherent nature of business, right? That is highly regulated. There is an underlying risk of insurance business, right? The traditional insurance business has worked for all of us for decades, right? But things are changing because of digital native businesses, and also the increasing use of data, AI, and machine learning in insurance as a sector, right? So use of data collecting sensors in driving insurance for residential and commercial properties and automobiles is just, let's say, one such example, right? That is driving today's insurance companies to change the way they invest in technology, right? The customers, they are willing to spend more time and money in assessing risk and paying for services that predict and assess his risk rather than mitigating his risk, right? So that's a clear shift. So, Internet of Things at homes, commercial real estate, smart sensors in automotive, and even healthcare, right? These are going to change the way. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, actually,
Okay. These are going to change, the way insurance risk profiling works, and anyone who has the power to acquire, garner, and utilize that kind of data, it can substantially influence the way insurers work, right? So that's the global trend. So, the customers in the insurance industry are increasingly embracing open source and Postgres for their new projects that are being built. Using modern day microservices architectures, and they're achieving great milestones in times where business is becoming 24/7 for their end customers, right? They're in constant interaction with them, and always, they have a need for applications, business applications, and customer applications that have to always run, always be available. So that's what is driving change, I would say, in the digital sector of insurance.
Okay, how about in Southeast Asia or especially in Indonesia? What you look for digitalization in Southeast Asia or in Indonesia, especially maybe?
Sure. So let me pick Indonesia first, right? So Indonesia is a large economy with enormous growth potential. It is backed by strong fundamentals, a young, educated, and aspiring population, along with a strong per capita income that is consistently growing, right? So those are the macros. Living standards are improving, economic migration is consistent, and all these are contributing to an increase in insurance density per capita, right? Density is still low, I reckon, with insurance penetration being, if I'm not wrong, about 7% of the economy's GDP. So to bridge that gap, right, there are traditional players who are also being challenged by the new age insurtech players, right? They will grow slower than lending platforms, but will eventually penetrate the market, right? It's a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? They will penetrate the market on the basis of ease of use, on the basis of simpler product, lower premiums, faster claim processing, prevention and detection of frauds, using of advanced technology, like I was saying, around artificial intelligence. So the game is changing, and it's changing fast, right?
Yeah.
If you look at Bukalapak, right, launching insurance products, right? If you look at Alliance working with Gojek, right?
Yeah.
And you will also be aware of Pasarpolis, right, which is backed by Gojek, Tokopedia, Traveloka, right? They're all prominent insurtech players in the economy. Micro insurance is also becoming bigger, Pakai. Digital payment channels are becoming integral part of insurtech in providing instant claims, right? So there is a lot more, but I think we have covered the major aspects, of what is happening in Indonesia today, and we see very similar things in the entire Southeast Asia region, right? So it is they are in different stages of maturity. For example, if you look at Singapore, it's a very mature market. The penetration, right, or the density per capita is much higher. But then the interesting thing is, Pakai, that you see similar challenges, right, when it comes to insurance companies and the challenges that they face when they have to, go through a digital transformation process, right? So it's not easy if you're an insurer in Singapore or an insurer in Indonesia or in Thailand or Philippines, right? I think the challenges are quite similar. And the time to market is continuously getting challenged by the new age digital insurtech players.
Okay. So, what are the key points of digital transformation that the insurance industry must undertake?
Well, okay. So I think what's the more important question is, the important aspects that the business has to prepare for, right?
Yeah.
And how does technology help in that preparation, right? There is a global shift, like I was saying, from ensuring risk to assessing risk proactively, right? Risk mitigation to proactive risk assessment and control. So this is the single most important factor that will influence today's tech spending, right? For insurance companies, be you are in Indonesia or anywhere else. Outside of that, there is no one answer, right, to this. But what is important is that everything is being driven through the digital customer. Your customer, the insurance company's customer, does not have time, has less patience, and wants everything to be available in fewer steps without having to do a lot to achieve the results she wants, right? So the customer also wants you to always be available for her. She wants you to be transparent with your offerings, and that is not easy for an insurer to provide, right? It is inherently a complex industry, right? That is laced with intricacies, laws, contracts, regulations. But today's customers do not see an insurance product any different from a standard meal or a ride from the airport or a movie ticket or a soccer match, right? Or shopping, right? She wants to be secure yet simple, foolproof yet timely. So the aspects of a digital transformation should be driven by an intent to make insurance products simpler, right? Quicker to process, along with superior service that will drive satisfaction and thus retention and acquisition, right? So improving processes will then lead to improved bottom line by reducing cost of acquisition and retention. And on the other hand, automation can lead to faster claims processing, right? The other aspect that is important is scaling the underlying infrastructure, right? That can enable using data to drive decision making, right? As well as product innovation. A sophisticated, secure, high performance database coupled with platforms for data analysis can help that insurer to be proactive to the changing needs of the customer, right? As well as come up with innovative product offerings. Now, legacy insurance companies, they actually have an advantage, Pakai. They have the advantage of a long-term customer database, right? That is rich with proprietary information. They also have the ability to take more risk than a modern-day insurtech, right? But more and more investors are getting into insurtech. So the incumbent providers need to get more data savvy, automate processes, and to optimize customer lifetime value. And most importantly, get into the space of risk prevention and assessment of risk rather than mitigating it. So those are the most important aspects.
And then what are the challenges for carrying out the digital transformation, especially for insurance industry, GD?
So, see, for traditional, and I would say I would probably encompass BFSI here, right? It's not just insurance. Banking and financial services have similar risk. The two biggest questions I think around digital transformation is how do I get there, right? And how do I maintain an edge once I get there, right? These are big challenges, as institutions must overhaul long established organizational operational processes in order to take advantage of the vast amount of valuable data that is lurking within their own IT systems, right? So the first challenge is a culture change, right? Culture change is a big step forward and starts with it starts with a top-down approach that prepares the organization and its people for this, right? Insurers, like I said, they are highly regulated. So changing processes that are going to impact their ways of working, their outreach to customers and channels is going to be a daunting task, right? Not impossible, but daunting, right? Insurers traditionally have focused on channels as well, right? If you see, when you go and you buy an insurance, right, you're more used to talking to an insurance agent or a broker, isn't it? So So, they have traditionally focused on channels, brokers, agents, and less on their end customers, right? This is a big change in the outlook that is needed in bringing a digital transformation. Another part of this is the role of actuarial science in predicting effectiveness of insurance products, right? And then slow down the time to market, which is key, right, in the new digital age, because the new players are open to experiment, they're open to lose, right? They're open to fail fast and then carry out their offerings across different markets. Once it works here, they are very quick to deploy it in multiple markets, right? We can go on, but these are some of the pertinent challenges that I think all BFSI businesses, whether they're in digital banking, whether they're in wallets, whether they're in insurance, that they will face when they embark upon a transformational journey.
Okay, maybe this is the important question. What is the opportunity that can be taken by applying the digital transformation, GD?
I mean, it is. I think again, it has to be connected to the customer, Pakai, right? It is a customer-focused, customer-obsessed digital age that we live in. Everything is driven from the point of view of a digital customer, right? So bringing in changes in operational processes, product life cycles, and the way the insurance products are serviced, an insurance company can, they can achieve efficiency, they can achieve effectiveness and agility that leads to a greater customer satisfaction. Efficiency, fraud prevention, faster time to market for newer products, faster claim processing. These are some of the benefits, but the future growth will come from proactive prevention. Right? New insurance segments and risks will also evolve. As an example, let's say cybersecurity, right? It's a new segment, but not too many people are still, traditional insurers are thinking about it. How do I insure my customers against cyber risk? Right? So there will be new growth markets, right? And advanced analytics will also reduce insurance operational costs, right? It will allow them for on-demand offers, right, that are personalized and usage based, right? If I drive worse than you, if I have more tickets on me, and if I'm used to driving under the influence of alcohol, I should be paying more premium than somebody who is making a smarter, better choice, right? So it is going to be personalized, it's going to be usage based, it's going to be lifestyle based, right? That's where I think the possibilities are going to be seized.
Okay. And what need to be addressed or improved in carrying out the digital transformation for insurance company, GD?
I think modernization of applications, processes and workflows will top the list anywhere you start. And that requires a significant amount of work in modernizing, not just the front end, but also, upgrading your middleware, your infra, your back end, your API, your data centers, and everything else, right? That will enable an insurance business to cater to digital customers. We have previously defined during this conversation, right? Addressing product lines, processing times, operational process flows are also key, as that will change the way applications are built, connected, or used, right? The more pertinent point is that these changes should drive scalability, lower operational and acquisition costs, reduce claim expenses, improve accuracy of claims, and that's how you drive overall customer satisfaction.
Okay, maybe many players in the outside ask to me how much the cost the insurance to carry out the digital transformation. Maybe you have insight or the range cost to digitalize the system or the business or insurance company, GD.
Wow. I think Pakai, I mean, that's one of the questions that customers ask us all the time, right? But I think a more nuanced way to look at this will be, what will the roadmap be like, right, to digitally transform, right? The answer lies in commitment to drive change, the leadership's commitment to drive change, right? Create a culture that accepts and works towards that change. It is important to plan, right? Insurance businesses actually have the advantage of many decades of meticulous planning, right? Underwriting, risk coverages, etc. They have a natural edge when it comes to planning this kind of transformation, breaking them into bite-sized projects, and then securing budgets for them, right? Considering cloud as part of the program, building DevOps that aligns with the company's tools and practices, creation of agile teams and workflows that will help create that culture, work on these projects, and the ability to quickly learn from failures, right? Investing in people, in human capital, to build long-term skills is equally important, right? A perfect example will be how BFSIs, over here, our customers work with EDB to build their Postgres Center of Excellence, right? As they continue to modernize their infrastructure, right? So empowerment across all levels is critical, as this will democratize decision making and will allow the company to be nimble, right? The culture of sharing teams, content, expertise will have to emerge. So all of this is part of leading a company through the transformational journey, right? It's not a destination, so it cannot have a fixed dollar amount associated with it, right? It's a journey, right? And you take it through several points and you plan it across.
Okay. What is ADB's role for industry digital transformation, GD?
Well, I mean, open source is propelling, right, the digital transformation revolution, Pakai. Open source has significantly reduced the cost of developing new digital platforms that are driving digital transformation today. And the collaborative nature of open source enables not only, developers to build and share code, but also, share infrastructure platforms that evolve at their own pace, right? It's a very quickly developing technological growth that has produced whole new business models, right? And platforms that dominate our economy that we live in, right? Now coming to that's open source. Now coming to Postgres, we provide organizations with the most freedom, right, in unlocking the value of data, while continuing to provide the comprehensive capabilities demanded of enterprise-ready databases. In fact, to share with you, 80% of IT executives anticipate expanding their usage of open source databases, Postgres databases, or new open source technologies in the near future, right? Postgres does all these feats for a fraction of the price of the traditional proprietary systems by using a dispersed talent network to turbocharge our innovation, right? And fueling it via a very strongly held community, Postgres community, right? So for insurance companies, for banks, a contemporary database with relational stores such as Postgres is an ideal data management solution, right? Fintechs are nimble, they fail quickly, bring an adventurous and innovative attitude to their work, but they lack one thing that veterans have in abundance: data, right? Big BFSI organizations may look back over a vast number of contracts to forecast client behavior, identify preferences, conduct target marketing offers, customize portfolio advices, proactively anticipate consumer demands. They may employ data science, AI, machine learning. And for all of this, you need enormous data lakes, right? Including several data sources to monetize that data, right? By giving customized service to their consumers. So for all that, Postgres as a database choice in today's transformation is inevitable.
Okay, Yudi. Can you share with us ADB's client in insurance industry, maybe in the world or in Indonesia, maybe?
Yeah, sure. So, we have we have quite a few customers in the region that we work with. I cannot, unfortunately, cannot drop names here. But we have been working with a few leading insurance companies. We have been working with one of the top Singapore's insurance companies, right, to help them through digital transformation initiative, right? They have benefited from EDB's Postgres. They have integrated data into their XML and NoSQL formats. That has helped them improve data quality and has helped them to ease standardization of usage of data across platforms, right? We comply with we have complied with the insurance company's SQL standards, right? That is adopted by ANSI, which is American National Standards Institute, right? And ISO, providing the necessary assurance for an insurance company, right? That is manipulating mission critical sensitive data, right? That their code is likely to be supported and easily maintained now and in the future. So this was one of the largest projects that we did in Singapore, right? And so that's one of the success stories.
Okay. In Indonesia, you have a project or a client in Indonesia, GD?
So we have BFSI customers in Indonesia. We're talking to some of the large modern day insurance players in Indonesia as well, right? That actually brings me to a very important note that in the last 1 year, EDB has grown multiple folds in Southeast Asia as a region, right? So we now have an office in Indonesia, in Jakarta, right? We have a country manager who's managing Indonesia as a country. We have a solutions engineering expertise that is who's sitting out of Jakarta, supporting our BFSI customers, our insurance and telco customers over there in Jakarta.
Okay. And what are business development or in terms of business that EDB will make in the future, maybe, GD?
So we will. I think as a company, we will continue to invest in driving innovation in the database infra segment, right? I think our success comes from not just beating legacy databases like an Oracle or an SQL Server or DB2, but by standing tall consistently against the highly marketed modern day databases, right? We released PostgreSQL 14 as well as EDB 15, apart from bringing exclusive product capabilities, right? Which includes a fully supported community Postgres product in the form of Community 360, that is the community version, but supported by EDB. A fully managed database as a service on the cloud. We have brought into the market an accelerated version of our high availability architectures and deployments for that can achieve up to 5 nines of availability for mission critical applications, as well as we have innovated in the advanced level cloud native Postgres and Kubernetes operators, right? So I'm sure you know about Stack Overflow. Their annual developer survey has shown in the last 5 years of database history, Postgres has reached the top in terms of most popular databases among all other databases in the world. EDB continues to invest in Postgres, and we are one of the largest contributors of that community. Our growth will come from the trust our customers have in us, right? And our experts who closely work with these customers in building their internal center of excellences, as well as advising them on critical infrastructure decisions that drive their overall transformation. We are largely established partner community as well, which is also integral to EDB's growth as they provide essential services and support, apart from improving our outreach in the diverse markets that we are operating in.
Okay. Last question, GD. What are your views on digital transformation in the insurance industry in general, and Indonesia maybe particularly?
Yeah, so I think this will probably go back to the question that you asked about Indonesia again, right? Influence, what are the trends? I
Yeah.
think digital transformation is important for all kind of businesses, right? An insurance company is no exception to that. I
Yeah.
think the time has come for insurance companies to to move to that at a faster pace, right? Digital transformation, Pakai, seems to be a jargon that we, in general, kind of we have latched
Mm.
onto.
Yeah.
Any such transformation is driven, or at least should be driven, with an intention to improve efficiencies, simplifying workflows and processes, as well as creating new sources of revenue, right? If that is not a big enough reason, we have digital native, new age tech companies that are pushing the boundaries every day, right?
Mm.
They invest in modern day technologies. They scale quickly, like I mentioned, through open source systems, while keeping their costs low. Right? They acquire large customer bases through quick market penetration. They gain customer trust, and a digital native app-based approach makes them the most convenient provider. So that's the trend, right? That's how you see. I mean, we have appified the world, isn't it? So once they have this and access to the customer's wallet,
Yeah.
the underlying products and services can range from anything like a buy now, pay later to an insurance product,
Mm.
right? So they must reinvent themselves, right? By reestablishing their position in the ecosystem they are playing in, where these new incumbents are creeping in every
Yeah.
day.
Okay, thank you, Judy, for your insights. Very interesting. I hope the discussion will educate insurance company to carry out the digital transformation for their business, especially in Indonesia and in the region or in the world. Yeah. Thank you once again, Judy, for your time and for your kindness to share with us in Media Asuransi. I hope we meet again. At another topic maybe in our podcast or in our event next time maybe, yeah, GD.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pakai,
Thank you.
for this interesting conversation. I really enjoyed it. And yes, absolutely. I hope my views, will help industry participants and partner communities to try and to think about what is changing in this vastly changing world of BFSI in Southeast Asia. Very much enjoyed the conversation. Look forward to the next one, Pakai.
Oke, thank you Jadi.
Take
Baik,
care.
Sobat Finansial, itu tadi perbincangan kita dengan Gunjan Datta dari ADB. Semoga memberikan edukasi dan juga pencerahan buat kita semua. Sampai jumpa lagi di podcast Media Asuransi di episode mendatang. Salam.